All right, Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State in TIAA Bank Field here in Jacksonville. A few minutes prior to us coming on air, this crowd was jolted into action with the introduction of these Jaguars. They're set for football as the Jags are ready to match up with the Kansas City Chiefs. Here's the kicker, Harrison Butker, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Jacksonville. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Easy. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. I got one. Here we go.
They go with Leonard Fournette, third-year back from LSU. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's second down. One underlying storyline between these two teams is that the Chiefs head coach Andy Reid, he knows a lot about Nick Foles, the Jags QB. He drafted the quarterback when he was calling the shots in Philadelphia and later would sign him to Kansas City as a backup in 2016. But Kansas City, they have won the last 4 in this series, including a 30-14 victory a year ago. At the time, that got the Chiefs to 5-0 on the young season. Well, that screen there on second down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
The latter. I like what you said there, because trying is one thing. We can second-guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize that it's broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on third down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
On fourth down, on is Logan Cook to punt. Tyreek Hill back deep for Kansas City. Fielded at the 20. Call that one an even 60 yards, 6-0. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
I got him. Check 50. He's crashing. He's checking crash. 44 is the mic.
Yellow.
Check. Watch the curls. Check. Safe. Check.
Throwing now is Mahomes. Dancing to his left. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first? So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Mahomes. There's the first NFL catch for the former Georgia Bulldog, Mecole Hardman. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 38-yard line.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Now a man who really came on late last year, it's Damian Williams. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. From the gun, it's Mahomes, eluding the pressure right. This is caught by Williams. And he's going to get this inside the 30. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 28. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. It makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
Check 37, check 37. Check 31, check 31. 15.
From the 25 on second down, Mahomes flush. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. A.J. Boye with a pick.
Let's go,
I think that interception happened for two reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shot of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Here's Foles. And he'll get that to Fournette, complete. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Check.
Go with 5-3. Go with 5-3. To go.
Now Foles.
Rip left.
And he will not be able to get away as Foles is taken down. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. That one good for 26 and a first down. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there. He's got a chance to step up with supreme confidence and deliver it downfield for a nice completion.
And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
He wasn't ready.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. I got it.
On 2nd and 9, Foles. And the catch made here by Marquise Lee. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 37.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Foles going to come up now, 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Foles. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. In the pocket, chucked it away, flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
They lose the yardage, and of course they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. They'll look to throw. That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A nice pickup there, 19 yards. And they're set up better for 3rd. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard.
Here we go, D, get up.
Looking to throw. That's to his running back, Leonard Fournette. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Time to go, night.
Fournette, a first down carry. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
13.
On 2nd and 11 now. Foles. The open man is Westbrook. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way that pops in the air, and sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. He'll look to throw, and they will score. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. Taking it in for 2 yards out as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon.
Well, this was a pass all the way, but he just kept buying time, didn't he? It was kind of like, wait. Oh, it's open. Time to hot-foot it and go. And, boy, was he successful.
Yeah, didn't go to the outside toward the pylon, just straight ahead, middle third of the field.
Shortest distance between 2 points, straight line.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Fielded about a yard deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field. Accelerating, and off he goes. 20. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Damian Williams, 73 yards. As his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. And those are the highlight reel runs you dream of right there.
When he gets a seam and just gets through it, how about the explosiveness, the burst to get there to begin with, and then once he's in full gallop, good luck trying to track him down.
And those plays so demoralizing for the defense.
Absolutely, because you've done so much work trying to keep people in front of you. When they're past you and behind you, that's a tough one to swallow.
All day, baby, let's go. Let's go.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
Yeah. Here we go.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And Dwayne Allen on the ground. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a first down.
It's a gain of 16 yards.
Tempo.
As far as tight ends go, this guy's not a speed burner. He's much more of an inline blocking type of a tight end. But how about this last play? Made a nice catch and picked up the first down.
That's what impresses me about him. When he's called upon, usually gets it done. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line.
37-yard line.
Tonight, 180.
53.
I'm coming.
Now Foles off the play fake to Fournette. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 35. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback in his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
Throwing on second down. Foles nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Flying in to blow that play up, Alex Okafor.
Well, that's the second time he's been sacked so far in the first half.
Go.
If they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. The open man is Shark. It's complete. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 19. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting them in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it in, throw it, go play action and take a shot at the end zone.
Now Leonard Fournette, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Keep playing hard, fellas, all day.
Well, this has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14. 2nd and 14. He's going to go up top for the end zone. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, 3rd down. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. He'll look to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. So on 4th down, Jags kicker Josh Lambo comes on. This one from 46 yards out. And Lambo, he missed it. He missed it left. No good. And this score will stay right where it is. So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little. And when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just...
And this is caught. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Sammy Watkins, 64 yards. And the Chiefs strike quickly here for 6 points. The extra point up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. That one complete. He finds Sharp, and he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars. Foles now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. On play action, they'll throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. It's a big play for the Jaguars. 56 yards. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Darren Lee picks it, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And they'll get him down up past the 15. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City first down. Throwing on first down is Mahomes. He's got it to Williams. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Mahomes going to throw. Completes it to Hardman. It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City first down. Hardman, the second-round pick out of Georgia, really showcased his speed at the combine, running a 4.33 40. And should help give Patrick Mahomes another versatile playmaker to work with at the receiver position. Being chased out left. And I think the ball's out, and the Jags grab it. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it?
He rifles one that's intercepted. Darren Lee picks it. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. He is a difference maker at the linebacker position. He had a pick six last year, remember it. But it's different for those guys, isn't it, than a corner or a safety?
It certainly is, because sometimes they're pattern reading, seeing what the receivers are doing. Sometimes they're spot dropping, just getting to a place on the field and finding the quarterback and going to the ball. But remember this, these linebackers, at one time in their life, a lot of them were running backs. And they love having the ball back in their hands and making big moves towards the end zone.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half. The first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
Check 53. Defense wins championships, baby.
Back to throw now on first down. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And he's going to keep it here. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. From the gun, it's a run for Williams. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. This to equal Matt Prater's record. It's a 64-yard attempt. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good. So we are at halftime here in the opener of the 2019 regular season. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach and our EA Sports halftime report. We'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And the last go-around for them, they tried that really, really long field goal, couldn't connect.
And in retrospect, I think a lot of people would say, well, why would you try one that long? You hurt yourself in field position. The ball comes out, there. That only helps the other team. But I look at it as maybe it was a double shot of confidence. Confident the kicker could make it. And even if he missed, confident in their defense that they could hold him.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Alert 3, alert 3.
They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. He'll have a first down past the 40 as he'll get this one up to the 44-yard line. Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a first down. Well, with Damian Williams, it's notable that the Chiefs didn't make a play to go after a big-time running back in the offseason. The coaching staff said back in May they didn't want running back by committee. They trusted Williams to be their starter. You remember last year he was forced into the starting role the final 3 games of the season due to attrition, and he really excelled. And then he was excellent in the playoffs against the Colts and Patriots. Strong indicator that he was ready to be the bell cow. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City first down.
Kansas City.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. Looking to throw is Mahomes. He'll set up the screen. This is Williams. Room to run again. The 20. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That one goes for 24 yards. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
They'll try and run. This is Williams. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Throwing now is Mahomes. And that's caught. It's Kelsey. Touchdown, Kansas City. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Ready up.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. They need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Darren Lee coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Looking to throw it. Minshew. Sharks got it left side. They'll get 17 back there, but it'll still lead to a fourth down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent game. Now they're in fourth and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. Here's Minshew. This one complete to the tight end, O'Shaughnessy. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Throwing on first down is Minshew. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. Opening week, certainly he didn't want to throw an interception, but the rookie got it out of the way. That's the first of his career.
Veterans throw interceptions week 1, week 2, week 3. It happens along the way, but you're right. He got it out of the way, it's over. The big thing for him is, can he answer this question when he gets to the sideline? What did you see? Why did you make that throw? They'll work with it from there.
An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Yellow, 480.
Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that.
Yellow, yellow.
Check 3.
Come on, baby.
Under 10. Under 10. 10.
Gets it to Hill. It's a jet sweep, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Yellow, 180.
50, Mike, 50.
I got it.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
Right there. Oh, there, baby.
One of the things you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and you can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Mahomes dropping one to Williams here. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
So that'll back him up 5.
That's it, baby. We're going to work.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. Following the penalty, it's Williams. If they didn't have that penalty a moment ago, it'd be a first down. Still a nice 13-yard pickup.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Drop deep, drop deep. Big edge, big edge, big edge.
Again, it's Williams. And he swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
Let's go, Lou, 80.
50. Check my 50. You're not ready. You're not ready. Watch out. Watch out.
That's right.
Watch out.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Yellow.
And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on third down.
Yellow. 15. That's right.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Yellow. Let's go on, 80.
You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing.
Here
we go. 50. Mike, 50. Y'all not ready.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage.
And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Damian Williams, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Turning into a really good performance on the road. Week 1, you're just hoping for that first win. It's tough to do it away from home, though, but they're looking strong.
It certainly is. Any road win in the NFL is a great road win. I mean, it just does not matter whether it's supposed to be tough or not. In this particular situation, how great will they feel leaving with a win on the road against a tough opponent?
A little work still to do, though. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Let's go.
Let's go now.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here, and sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Foles. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain there of 21 yards.
Here we go.
Foles. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City.
Let's go touchdowns, baby. Let's go.
That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they just had that pick 6. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up. And now here is another interception. Picked off by the rookie from UVA, Juan Thornhill. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Check nickel, nickel, nickel.
They run it again with Williams. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Working from the gun, Mahomes. That one complete to Hill. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and take the like turtle at this point. You just go ahead and play.
And they get him down at the 1. He had the broken tackle, but ultimately could not get into the end zone.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? They'll run it with Williams. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Damian Williams with now 3 week 1 touchdowns. And the Chiefs use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. The point after is good, and that will extend this big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And last time, 1 play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
To throw again on 2nd down. Foles, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Emmanuel Ogbah. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. Well, Foles and the Jags now have to deal with a 3rd and long after that sack.
Let's pick it up. It's our time, guys. Our time. Let's get off the field.
Now Foles. And a throw there going to be incomplete. The coverage good that time by Kendall Fuller. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
And my goodness, another interception. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. Now a man has been busy this afternoon. It's Williams. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
there. Here we go, D. All day. Defense. All day.
Now carry number 20 of the game. Here's Williams. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a first down. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Yellow, on the blue 18.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo.
Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee.
On the keeper. It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 19-yard line.
Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here.
A loss of a yard on the play. And it's 3rd down.
So this one in the win column for Kansas City. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for the Chiefs, it's a fantastic start as they roll to a blowout victory here in the season opener. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Oakland to take on the Raiders. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.